Today we will be building a mini NAS used primarily for media streaming. It's low cost, low power, and low profile. So let's get started. Alright, these are all of the parts we'll be using in this media server. We have an N100 mini ITX board, 8 gigs of DDR4 RAM, 1 terabyte M.2 SSD, and 1 terabyte SSD. I picked up the ASrock N100DC-ITC on Newegg for about $130. It is your standard mini ITX form factor, so it's small and compact. It has an integrated Intel quad-core N100 processor running up to 3.4 GHz. And the N100 is super efficient, using approximately 6 watt TDP, and it is passively cooled. The case we're using is the Goodasori TA65 Mini ITX. It's simple and compact. For power, we have a DTK 19 volt PSU. The N100 takes a standard 2.5mm power jack similar to a regular laptop. Since the board doesn't require much power, this will be more than enough for what we need. Let's go ahead and pop this case open and take a look at what's included. This top bracket is what we will install our SSD onto, and inside we have some screws and zip ties. For cables, we have our audio, USB 3.0, and power button connections. The case is very bare bones, but it's perfect for a small server. We will go ahead and install our M.2. I did put an aluminum heatsink on it to go ahead and match that one on the CPU. Next, we will install our 8 GB of DDR4 RAM, which is probably the most expensive, if not the second most expensive part on this build, sadly. We'll go ahead and install the I/O shield that does come with the N100DC. It does make it a lot easier while working on this case if you just go ahead and remove that front panel. It's only held on there with a few screws, and taking it off makes your life a whole lot easier. For your front panel connectors, you only have two. You have the LED light, and then you have your power button, so that makes it pretty simple. Now we'll go ahead and connect our USB 3.0 and our audio. Now that we have all those connected, we can go ahead and start installing it into our case. You do have to use the specific screws that come with the case. Regular PC screws will not work. For our operating system, we're just going to be using TrueNAS. I do have it already installed onto this USB drive. Now that we've got everything in place, we're going to go ahead and give it a test boot, make sure everything's working properly. LED is on, so everything looks to be functioning just right. The case does come with a special SATA power adapter that you do have to use since there isn't a traditional power supply in it. And now we'll go ahead and screw in our SSD into that top mounting bracket. We're going to do some real basic cable management here with some zip ties, nothing fancy. Doesn't have to look pretty since it's all enclosed. Let's get everything put back together and sealed up. There you have it, a mini low-powered media server NAS. Everything in total cost me less than $250. The RAM I did already have on hand, but you really don't need more than 8 gigabytes for something like this. Hopefully you did enjoy this quick build. The whole thing took me maybe a little over a half hour from start to finish, so if you could like, subscribe, and visit my online shop, ssbytes.shop. Everything is shipped locally here from the US, and it really does help support this channel. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.